Some crimes shock the world, others quietly vanish into obscurity. But the most disturbing ones? They're the stories that slip through the cracks, the ones almost no one remembers. Yet, they refuse to die. These are the top 10 scary, unsolved crimes you've never heard of. And once you do, you'll wish you hadn't. It's time to descend into the darkness, one mystery at a time. Number 10. The Vanishing Family of Tromp. In 2016, a family of 5 from Australia suddenly fled their home. No goodbye, no reason, no warning. They left behind their phones, credit cards, even their passports. For days, they drove aimlessly across the countryside, claiming someone was after them. Then, one by one, they began disappearing. First the daughter, then the sons, until only the father remained, found days later, confused and alone. To this day, no one knows what caused the Tromp family to lose their grip on reality. Some blame stress, others whisper about a shared psychosis, or something much darker. Number 9. The Murder of Dorothy Jane Scott. In 1980, Dorothy was a kind, quiet woman living in California. But for months, she received strange phone calls from a man who said he was watching her. One night, after taking a coworker to the hospital, she went to get her car and vanished. Hours later, her car was found burning in an alley. Then the calls started again. Her family answered and heard the same man's voice say, "I've got her." Dorothy's remains were found years later. Her killer was never caught, and no one ever figured out who made those chilling calls. Number 8. The Hinterkaifeck Murders. Germany, 1922. A farmer and his family heard strange noises coming from their attic. Footsteps, whispers. But when they searched, no one was there. Days later, someone used a pickaxe to murder all 6 people on the farm, including children. The killer stayed in the house for days, feeding the cattle, cooking meals, sleeping beside the bodies. When neighbors finally came, the crime scene told a horrifying story. But the identity of the killer remains one of Europe's darkest mysteries. Number 7. The Ketty Cabin Murders. California, 1981. A mother and her children were spending a quiet weekend in their cabin. That peace was shattered when someone broke in during the night. The next morning, the scene was unrecognizable. Brutal, chaotic, almost ritualistic. One child survived, the others were gone. Over 4 decades later, the case is still unsolved, and the silence of that mountain cabin lingers like a curse. Number 6. The Isdal Woman. In 1970, hikers in Norway found the burned body of a woman in a remote valley. Around her, sunglasses, bottles of gasoline, and cryptic notes written in code. She had no ID. Her fingerprints were burned off, and every tag from her clothing was cut out. Authorities linked her to several European hotels under false names. Was she a spy, an assassin, or just someone trying to disappear? No one knows. Her grave remains unmarked, visited only by those haunted by the mystery. Number 5. The Boy in the Box. Philadelphia, 1957. A small cardboard box was found on a lonely roadside. Inside was the body of a young boy, beaten, starved, and left nameless. He had clean nails, a fresh haircut. Someone cared for him. But no one ever came forward. Despite decades of investigation, the boy's identity and his killer remain unknown. They call him America's unknown child. Number 4. The Lead Masks Case. Brazil, 1966. 2 men were found dead on a hillside, dressed in formal suits. Next to them, strange notes, bottles of water, and 2 lead masks covering their eyes. The note read, "Be at the agreed place. Take capsules. Wait for the signal. Toxicology showed no poison, no trauma, just death. Some say it was a failed experiment. Others think it was a ritual gone wrong. Whatever it was, it left behind more questions than answers. Number 3. The disappearance of Lars Mittank. In 2014, a German tourist vanished from an airport in Bulgaria. Security footage shows him pacing nervously, clutching his head, then suddenly sprinting out of the terminal and into the forest. He was never seen again. His online presence was wiped clean, and to this day, not a single clue explains what made him run. Some call it paranoia, others call it possession. Number 2. The Yuba County Five. 5 friends, all young men with mild disabilities, went missing after a college basketball game in 1978. Months later, their car was found abandoned in the mountains. Inside, snacks, fuel, and maps. Everything they'd need to survive. But deep in the snow-covered forest, searchers found their remains, scattered, frozen, and starved. One man's body was discovered inside a cabin, with food and fuel untouched beside him. It's as if they were trapped by something unseen. Number 1. The Tamam Shud case. Australia, 1948. A well-dressed man was found dead on a beach with no ID, no belongings, only a scrap of paper in his pocket. It read 2 words, Tamam Shud, Persian, translation, it is finished. Hidden inside a book found later was a secret code, believed to be written by the same man. The case links to espionage, forbidden affairs, and Cold War secrets. But no one ever identified him. To this day, he remains one of the most mysterious corpses in modern history. These 10 cases remind us that evil doesn't always wear a face. Sometimes it's just a question, one that time refuses to answer. Each crime is a shadow, stretching across decades, waiting to be noticed. If you want to uncover more stories like this one, subscribe to Dark Depth Files, where we reveal what was never meant to be found.